Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. It is January 9th, 2023. It's actually fairly early in the morning. Uh, One of the reasons why I'm doing a video this early, I'm not sure when I'll post it later on today, is I just fixed my Ethernet connection. So I wanted to see how well it held together for me, whether or not using it versus my Wi Fi connection would do better for um, keeping my connection. How many times am I going to say connection? Better. The last couple days I've had some issues with that. Seems to be going pretty well so far. I'm trying to run the game like I would whenever I'm making a video. So, uh, long story short, I have Akuni Beta here. If you've watched the last couple episodes, off and on, I'll play Akuni Beta or Nikuni Beta a little bit because I'm doing a little bit of a challenge. It's been a while since I've done a challenge, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Uh, try to not talk too much about the challenge because I brought it up the last couple episodes. But long story short, this was a character I created 2-3 months ago, um, and I never really used him. He's the third character out of all my characters. I don't have him actually on a timed skill plan right now. The only skill points I'm getting are bonuses for doing career or killing NPCs when it gives me the daily skill point bonus, and also if I get any bonuses from other things. So let's go check out and see if I've got any sitting around for me. I think I've got some ISK sitting around for me. Oh, I've got. And I think I'll go ahead and start using my regular daily skill points for my other characters if I'm using them. So, I do not want to use. I just want to do that one. I want my skins to go on my two main characters. My two main characters I do have skilling. So they're the ones that I play most of the time. Um, so let's just grab this here, and I think I got some ISK down here at the bottom. Yeah, see if you notice here, I still have two multi-pilot slot trainings left to put in. Those I'm putting into my second character, Amanda Rose Pilgrim, and then my main character, William Pilgrim's on the regular skilling plan. Um, let's see. Ooh, I've got a bunch of ISK that I can do, so we'll go ahead and grab that because it doesn't hurt to have ISK. Although, now that I think about it, part of the um, challenge that I'm doing is I really can't spend much of the ISK. So, redeem in current station, that sounds good. Why not? It's just a little bit of ISK. So, the challenge is, and again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it, but, um, well, I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but I will talk about one of the comments that was brought up to me, which is kind of cool. Long story short, I'm seeing how far I can get in the Sisters of Eve Bloodstained Stars missions by only using scavenged equipment. I'm basically two rules. I'm not allowed to use the skill points that I get on a timed basis, and I'm not allowed to use um, the I'm not allowed to use the market or any contracts or anything like that to buy anything. I've got to use anything that I can find, and I'm trying to see how far I can go in the Bloodstained Stars missions by only doing that. Now you might say, why in the world is he doing that? Because it's a nice little change of pace for maybe 15-30 minutes a day. Um, to my regular shooting things and building a great empire type thing. Um, so, again, the other reason is my challenges that I kind of do for myself every once in a while have forced me to learn different things that I might not have learned by just power gaming through and trying to learn different things. So it's, I guess it would be kind of like currently I'm challenging myself in my real life. I'm doing the uh, well, a great challenge I did last year was I tried to go a month without eating sugar. I love sugar, or I love food, and I love sugar. um, but I wanted to see for that month how it would affect me in real life. and I learned a lot about my body and sugar at the time. And I did it for a month, and after that, I still eat candy bars and stuff like that. But I learned a lot about how it was affecting me, and it has caused me to better regulate that in my regular life. I kind of do that with the same thing with Eve. Give you some short examples. I did a challenge last year where I only used wormholes. I didn't use the Eve gates for about a good deal of time, over a month, maybe 100 days. And I learned a lot about wormhole space and wormholes and that character later on became Amanda Rose Pilgrim. Another one that I did was I did a challenge where I refused to go to high sec. I had to live out in low sec and null sec for a couple months, and that actually taught me not to be as afraid flying through high sec and low sec, and only fly what you're willing to lose. Ooh, look, I have no skills in training. Yeah, because I have no skills. So this, I'm actually learning a few different tactics as far as capacitor needs and things like that, and it's forcing me to try some different weird little things. Um, One thing I learned from the wormhole expedition was I learned better how to use clone uh, clones, or jump clones. So a lot of little things that you learn out of necessity versus just deciding you want to learn them. So that's why I'm kind of doing this, and it is just fun to do. I don't spend all day doing it; it's just fun. So what I'm going to go ahead and do today is see if I can do the next mission. Now, currently, just to give you anybody who's been watching, current update is I've gotten through, I think, 15 missions. Let's check it out. One thing I've actually learned through here is how to use the agency a little bit better. So if I go to agents and then I go to epic arcs, bloodstained stars, yeah, I've gotten through 15 out of the 52 missions without skilling at all. Now, I did use the daily skills to skill up into drones. So that's been a little bit better. But I'm holding on to those skill points that I get each day so that if I do need to try something, I can. So let's go ahead and see what our 16th mission is here. Let's see if I can get past it. Scout out the drone hive and report back. So this one should be fairly easy. I just have to scout it out. You never know. Some of these will sneak up on you. So we'll go ahead and accept that one. Now this has sent me over to the Caldari border zone, which I don't really spend a whole lot of time in, so that's kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and undock. Very interested to see if my Ethernet connection is going to help with um, transitions and things like that. Seems to be going pretty well. The most important thing is how solid everything is. So we got our agent missions over here. We're going to warp to our location. One of the comments from a really great guy, he had brought up the question of he asked me a couple questions about the the challenge that I'm doing for myself, and at some point I'm going to get to a point where I can't finish a mission. So what do I do at that point? Well, by the rules of it, I can't use the market, and I can't use the daily skill stuff. And he brought up part of it. There's a bunch of little tricks that you can use. Um, Acceleration gate. There we go. There's a bunch of little tricks. Like what I could do is fly back and do some career missions where I can get some free ships off of that and some free equipment. So that's an option. But I'm not going to do any of that until I hit the roadblock. So, okay, so we got some Caldari Navy ships here. I remember this. I haven't done this in a very long time. Done the Sisters of Eve missions. So, shouldn't they be talking to me? Need to approach the hollow asteroid. So, I'm going to approach that. Now, where is that? Let's look at it. It is that there. Looks like there's some drones around it. Go ahead and turn on our civilian afterburner. If this is your first time watching, don't be upset by the fact that my fit is terrible. I'm just using what I find. And I haven't found a whole lot. I was able to find a hobgoblin, which one of the guys actually contracted back to me. That was on the last episode, I think, or the episode before that. How far away is this? It's 97 kilometers, so I get a little ways to go. I don't think I make it all the way there. What is that down there? Drone bunkers. Let's look at those. Oop, update. Arriving at the warp, it becomes immediately clear that whoever is handling has little idea how to fight drones. Battleships patrol the fringe of the swarm, seemingly oblivious to just how vulnerable they are without proper smaller vessels. Okay. So basically, I just finished that mission. It was just to actually warp in here. So basically, it's saying that these Caldari battleships have been, storyline-wise, watching these drones and trying to figure out what's going on. It's saying they obviously don't know what they're doing because to fight small drones like these, you need to have smaller ships. You're not going to be able to shoot them with battleships, or at least with the fits that they have for those battleships. So that's part of the storyline. Good, good, good. Well, that was a pretty easy mission. I've said this before. I'll say it again, and I'll probably I'll say it again. If you are a new player or a newer player, I would 100% suggest doing the Sisters of Eve missions. It will take you all over HiSec, all sorts of different regions. You'll fight different things, and obviously you don't have to have a super powerful ship to do. I will say this, if they've kept the Sisters of Eve missions the same as they were 6-7 years ago, you will definitely need to skill up at the end. There is a tough fight at the very end, or get somebody to help you with it. That's where I know that I'm not going to be able to finish this set of missions. So we'll go ahead and complete the mission. So what's my next one? Let's see here. Scout out the drone. Oh, request mission. Another big bonus is you get a decent amount of IS for doing all this stuff. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so I need to go to this station and pick up this item and drop it off at this station. So I'm flying to another station and flying back. So this is very similar to, so I'm going to set my destination there. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Very similar to the distribution missions that you can do out there in Eve. So it also teaches you different types of missions at a very low level. My one, and maybe it's changed because I haven't done any of the other Epic Arc missions in a long time. I think I only did one of them once. But if I remember correctly, while we're warping there, I'll show you here. In the Epic Arcs in the agency under Home, Agents, and Missions, and then Epic Arcs, you can find the Bloodstained Stars. But then you've got some other missions here, and they're focused on specific groups. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these other ones are a lot tougher. They're shorter, but you have to have a lot better character to do them. And I think there's a gap between skill-wise and ability-wise to do once you finish up the Sisters of Eve missions. I don't think you're actually skilled enough or have good enough ships to move on to do these. Now, I may be wrong. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong or right. If I would love to see CCP either create some medium-level Epic Arc missions. Now, maybe one or two. You only have one beginner level one, maybe two medium level where it teaches you more about flying, maybe basic cruisers and battle cruisers. And then after that, move on to the Greases and the other ones. Never know. I don't know if you can do those other missions. I just remember them being a lot tougher from what I read. I may move on after I get done with this character to see how those go. Because my other two characters, my main characters, are not focused on HiSec and doing stuff like this. So that could be kind of fun in the next always have something different to do. Um, cool. So this is kind of a boring mission here. We're just going to go, hopefully, unless there's something bad for me. A lot of these missions involve you just traveling from one spot to another. Um, there are some battle fights. There are some fights that you can take on if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just go about and I tried to videotape this yesterday, but then my connection shut down, so I don't have a copy of it. That's why I fixed the Ethernet today. Um, this is awesome. It seems to still be working. But long story short, there was a mission where I had to pick up some stuff from a box, and there were some things guarding it. And I was able to fly in and get that item, and the ships that were there were a lot more powerful, but I didn't have to kill them. Some missions require you to kill the things that are guarding them first before they open up. Other ones you can swing in, grab what you need, snatch and grab, and get out. So basically that's where I'm rolling along here. Cool. Got one more station, and then we'll fly back. I would have to say, in my rank, I should probably make a ranking of this. Doing the Sisters of Eve missions, as far as being a new player to the game, if I were to suggest it, it would be in my top 10 things you should do in the first month or two of playing. You don't have to have an alpha character or an omega character. You can definitely do it with an alpha character. Um, and it will get you around different areas. Other things that I would suggest people learn to do is do exploration. Um, that one I pretty much is my number one right off the bat. Um, go to your career agents and do the exploration career missions. There's only 5 of them versus 10 of the others. And doing exploration and learning how to do it will give you the ability to make ISK. It will have you fly all over Eve, trying different things, doing different things. And the bonuses from doing it well are astronomical, not only in monetarily, but also in learning how to play the game. I will say this, when I came back to play about a year and a half ago, I focused on exploration, and I knew how to do some of the things, but I didn't understand the importance of them. Start conversation. Complete mission. Oh, no, I can't. I gotta pick up the thingy. Let's go ahead and pick that up. And then I gotta transport this back, don't I? Pick that up. Okay. And then we're gonna fly back here. Why can't I undock? There we go. So yeah, uh, long story short, um, when I learned, I have to say it's my number one. Learning exploration taught me, and focusing on it taught me wormholes, taught me relic sites, data sites. Obviously, that comes in the startup. Taught me about wormhole space. But on a greater note, as far as flying around, I knew how to make save spots, and I knew how to um, look at maps, and I knew how, but in a very basic sense. I learned how to use a directional scanner, but again, in a very basic sense. I would say I'm about average in those now. There's a big learning curve with Eve. Uh, but I have so much more fun because I focused on those being an explorer when I came back to play. And it taught me the importance of uh, station undocks and taking the time to make them. Taught me the directional scanning was a huge thing because it made the world a lot more living in it. It became, when I first played, uh, I started in 2013, so it would be 9 years ago before I left about 6 years ago. I was a miner. And as a miner, you don't really need to know, at the lowest levels, you don't need to know directional scanning. Um, Now if I were to be a miner, which I won't be, directional scanning would be actually very helpful to me to see who is coming at me if they're trying to gank my ships or things like that. Um, and there's so many bonuses to it. It made it much more of a living area. As a miner, when I first started playing, um, it was very point and click. Fly my ship out to an asteroid belt, look at a rock, fire my laser at that rock, or close in on that rock, fire the laser at that rock, fill up my ore, bring it back over. I grew a lot. I learned how to compress ore, I learned how to haul it. I spent a good deal of time selling my ore for lower than I should have because I didn't know better than that. But I learned from that. I learned how to fit out a ship and use the capacitor and stuff like that to get a better mining yield. Um, but it limited me as far as knowing the world. I sat in a couple of systems, really a constellation, for probably my first 6 months of playing, just mining away. Um, Whereas with an exploration ship, in doing it got me to go all over Eve, see different places, see how different people play. So that has to be my number one, no matter what. A lot of other things fall behind that. Um, Joining a corporation is a big one. I was on my own for a long time. I joined an alliance that lasted for about 6 months for a while. Um, then later on, whenever I took about a year break, came back and played for another year and a half or so, and I joined a larger alliance. And that was a lot of fun. But joining and getting that group intake, that would be in my top 10. Doing the Sisters of Eve would be in my top 10. Um, Trying to think of some other things that would be in the top 10. If I can't come up with more than five, then maybe it's my top five. Um, um, Maybe I'll just try to think of some more when I'm not playing. We're getting back to the station here, so we'll do the agent stuff. I would say learning, if you want to stay in high sec, learning the skill cues and things that can help you along the way. And ooh, that's a good one. So the Magic 13, I think it is, or Magic 14, or Magic 12, there's those skills. If you want to look that up, that will help you along the way. I've learned a big part of that, learning the social skills. I never went for those in other games. This I learned can be very helpful, especially if you're in high sec. Okay, we're going to finish off this mission. Let's see what they give me after this. Maybe I can go blow something up. Request this mission. Okay. Aha! Kill the mercenary. So here's a test. Can I get past this with my current fit? Kill the mercenaries protecting the Greece facility, then report back to Maria Osaka. So, I'm going to go ahead and accept this. Now, just to show you an update on my fit, it's really, really bad. This is just scavenged material that I found. I am going to drop off the junk that I have in my cargo bay in the station because I know I'm going to come back here, and if I find something that's good, ooh, that's something I can try out. Can I get this I don't think I can get this 400 mm armor on here. Nope, not enough power. How much do I need? Power units, but I only have 11.3, so I can't use that yet. Put that there. So I can't use really any of this stuff here yet, but I might be able to. But reason why I'm dropping it off is if I kill some mercenaries, if I'm able to finish this mission, I might be able to get some more scavenged goods, and I don't want to leave it behind because I never know. Currently, I've got 2 civilian Gatling guns on here. Hopefully, I can upgrade that soon. And then we've got the civilian afterburner that I got to start. I was able to scavenge a small shield extender and an armor repairer. And I have my 1 drone that I can fly. The drone was a big one. Okay, so let's go and see if we can kill this guy or do this mission. Like I said before, if I'm not able to finish this mission, I do have a backup plan, and that is to maybe go do some career missions. I could do, if you don't know this, you can, while there's a lot of people only know you have the first 5 career agents that you can use. Well, every starting corporation has 5 career agents, and you can do all 12 of those um, uh, stations in 5. So there's literally 60 career agents you can do. It's just a replay of those same missions most of the time. There's 1 or 2 missions that are a little bit different, but nothing special. But if you're just trying to make some ISK or grow your reputation, okay, we're warping in here. You can do that. Okay, so we got some distance, so I got some time to figure this out. It's Pithy invaders and Pithy. So which guy here is tougher? Let's see here. Most likely. So he's at 4,500. Just looking at their bounty. Usually the bounty means they're tougher. So the invader is a little bit tougher than the 2 invaders are tougher than the infiltrator. So we'll take out the infiltrator first, hopefully, if we can. Got a range of 4,600 with these. Oh, I gotta get my drone out. Launch the drone. I gotta repair that drone, by the way. Go get him, boy. And let's shoot him. Ooh, not doing much damage to me. Oh, starting to do some damage. Okay. The drone was a big one. Notice how the drone is doing 38 points of damage versus I think it's the drone that's doing that. Alright, so it has put me past that next level. I got lucky getting it. I only scavenged it. I didn't buy it. It's the only drone I have, so I've got to keep an eye on it. Notice here it's got some armor loss, so I need to get that repaired. Killing mercenaries. Now, the first mercenary didn't drop anything for me, so I don't like him very much. There we go. Last one here. Oop, that one's got some stuff. What you got for me? Just some metal scraps. Fantastic. Come on, Mr. Invader. Give me something good. Don't know if there's going to be another wave that might come in here. So we'll find out. Oh, that was it. I completed the mission. Okay. Always bring your drone in. Now I can hit the button down here to return to orbit. I can engage, or I can dock, or I can do a shift. Is it shift R or control R? Launch that drone. I want to remember here. So control R, shift R. Shift R. Your hotkey shift R will have your hobgoblins return. And then I'm going to go ahead and dock back up here. I could have clicked this over here. I'm going to do this number of jumps away. What else do I have lying around here? Do I have anything? Oh, I got another imperative. We're going to trash that. Trash it. Yeah. What is in Arnon? Is there anything worthwhile here? There's some metal scraps and an energy neutralizer. I don't think I can't use that. That wouldn't do me any good. So that's basically everything I've gotten so far, if you can believe it. Did I check, see if that last one had anything? I can't remember, and I can't warp back there. I'm dumb. Hopefully there wasn't. I'm not going to review the footage. I don't rewatch my own videos, so if I screw up or I pick my nose, you guys will know it, and I won't ever know, unless you let me know. If I ever pick my nose in a video, I welcome, and I'm not talking one of these where you're just scratching your nose. I'm saying full-fledged pick. I will invite anybody, and I will not remove it. I will invite anybody to put the comment up there for everyone to see that I picked my nose. How about that? You guys really didn't want to hear that, did you? So finish that one off. We're good? Good, good, good. What's the next one here? Maybe we got a little bit more in us. It's 2 missions down. Deliver the farming supplies to storage warehouse. Now, how large are these farming supplies? That's the question. Following 100 ISK. Ooh, there's a problem. You will need, I'm glad I read this. So if you notice here, it says you will need at least 150 M3 cargo space for the delivery. Keep that in mind. Ah, shoot. Because that does not work for the Corvette. Dang it. I have a problem. Because the Corvette only has 115 cargo space. I need 150. So, and I don't think cargo expanders won't get me to that 150. I can't throw any rigs on here for the 150 because a Corvette does not do rigs. Notice here, there's no rigs here. And then if I do just simulate the fit here, I'm going to remove that unfit. And then let's say a cargo expander. Oop, it's all in the hardware. There we go. Cargo expander. Let's just do expander. Expanded cargo hold. I was doing that wrong. There we go. So level 1 expanded cargo hold, if I were to put 2 of those on here, would only get me up to, that would get me to 158. But I have to get 2 cargo expanders, and I can only get those off of buying them. I know I can get a few by doing career missions. I'm trying to think if there's any rats out there that drop possible expanded cargo holds. Because I could do it. I could actually keep moving on with. See, there's the question. If I do the career missions, I think it's the business ones, they'll give you cargo holds, but they'll also, at the end of it, give you a transport ship. Um, So, I am currently in. Yes, we're going to exit that. Or I could try to find the rats that would drop expanded cargo holds, but could I actually kill those rats with this really basic ship? Well, the first part is I'll look at the career agents and see if there's any that's near me. Close that, close that. And I'm in the Caldari border zone. So, .land. And we'll pull this up. Career agents Eve. And we're in the Caldari border zone. Wait a second. Is that the name of the... Where are you at there? I'm in the Citadel. Is the region that I'm in. So the Citadel. Okay. So this is where I'm at right now. I guess I could have just typed in the name of the actual station. Let's find out where that is. I'm in Hatakani. Hatakani. Down here. So I'm right down here. Now, career agents. So you've got your opening agents that you start off with, your tutorial. But if you come down here to your career agents, you can go to any one of these stations and do these career agents that are here. And you can do, like I said earlier, all 12 of them. Are 5, there's 5 in each, and there's 12 systems. So you can do 60 if you wanted to. Now the question is, where am I at? I'm in the Citadel. So there are none in the Citadel here, and each one of them has this. Is the Citadel Caldari? Am I right with that? Let's see here. Constellation. Let's say sovereignty. Yes, it's Caldari. So probably the closest ones to me are in Lone Trek or the Forge. So let's go back out to the main one here. We're going, the Caldari are up top here. So I'm in the Citadel right now. I'm going Lone Trek or the Forge, unless there's possibly something close in Sync Liaison. So go back over to the missions, Gallente. So what I'm going to do is there are 3 here, and then the Gallente have 1 in Sync Liaison. So I'm going to check out each 4 of those and see which one is the closest set of career agents. So let's do the first one here. The first one is in Uitra. And we're going to go with safer travel. Okay, this bothers me. Why is this taking so long? There it is. Oh, I'm only 8 jumps from there. Okay, now there's 3 Caldari ones. The first one is, well, oh no, that's a Caldari one. So Uitra is only 8. That's in the Forge. Joe Vulin. That's 10 jumps away. So Uitra is closer. And Akia Navis. It's 10 jumps away. And then the one that's in Sync Liaison is Trossier. That's 10 jumps. So we're looking at Uitra as the closest. Right there. Set destination. I just have to fly over there. So before I do that, let's think of the option. I'm trying to think if there's any other options I could do. Now, I'm not, by rules of this challenge that I'm doing, I'm not saying it's a challenge. I'm not allowed to use contracts or the market. I guess that's all I can really do. You know what? I can pause it here. Really, we're at the end of my time. I usually like to do 30-minute videos. I'm sure I'm past that now. I can take a little bit of time to think about it, and if I can't come up with anything, I'm going to always go and do the main missions and the career missions and get my stuff through that. So, good start, good roll. Where are we at right now? I think I'm at like 17 missions done. Is that right? Sisters of Eve. 18 missions completed. Okay. So I did not accept the mission yet. I don't want the timer to start on that. So cool. Well, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys had a great day. And I'm going to get some more stuff done, play some more Eve, play with my other characters, and really get actual stuff done. But going to keep messing with this. Doesn't seem like I've lost anything here. So hopefully if I do another live event, a real live event versus a test one that I did yesterday, the connection will stay up. So I might mess around with that later on tonight or tomorrow. But other than that, that's all I got for today. So fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however you want, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.